The story begins at a desolate river, where a small boat is slowly drifting on the water. In the boat are Andy, his wife, and their little daughter. The journey looks completely peaceful, but this world is no longer what it used to be. On the way, Andy spots a family on the riverbank. Andy waves in a friendly manner, but the man standing across suddenly raises a gun. He does not want anyone coming near them, because this world has now become dangerous. A virus has spread that completely turns a person into a zombie within 48 hours. Andy moves ahead with his family, but the problem is that the food is about to run out. His wife is quite worried, but Andy reassures her that he will handle everything. Just then, he spots a broken down boat in the water. He goes inside and finds some food supplies, but just then, he senses that there is something in that cabin. Someone is present. Andy feels the danger and quickly picks up the supplies and returns to his houseboat. His wife is happy to see the food. Andy says that now they have 2 to 3 months worth of food supplies, but his wife gets greedy. She quietly slips back into that broken boat to get more supplies, and just as she comes out, something drags her back inside. When Andy sees her, her leg is completely wounded. Andy understands that something has gone very wrong. His wife tells him that something with fingers bit her, meaning it was a zombie. This is a huge shock for Andy. Andy says that she has 48 hours, and no matter what, he will take her to a doctor. His wife refuses, but Andy, out of fear of losing her, is not ready to accept it. So Andy leaves his houseboat and sets out with his family on foot to find a doctor. On the way, they come across several abandoned vehicles. Andy starts one of the cars and moves ahead with his wife and daughter. But within a short while, the effect of the virus on his wife starts intensifying. She could turn into a zombie at any moment now. She wants Andy to drop her off from the car so that Andy and their daughter remain safe. But Andy is not willing to leave her. He calms her down and gets her back in the seat. Just as they move ahead, a zombie suddenly comes in front of the car. The car loses balance, and a terrible accident happens. The crash is so violent that a piece of wood goes straight through Andy's wife's stomach. Andy also gets injured and loses consciousness. When he regains consciousness, he sees that the infection has spread completely through his wife's body. She is now fully turned into a zombie, but in her last moment of awareness, she had written on the car door, "Save her," meaning save their daughter. Andy reaches behind to pick up his daughter. Just then, his wife, now a zombie, bites his hand. Andy somehow gets his daughter out and takes her far away. The pain of losing his wife and the infection on his hand. He has only 48 hours left. He does not know who will look after his daughter after that. Andy sets a 48-hour alarm. Just then, he spots the same man who had come in front of their car. Andy goes to him and finds that the man is completely infected. Just then, a girl arrives there whose name is Thumi. She tells him that this infected man is her father. Thumi has tied a cloth around his mouth so that he cannot bite anyone. Then she cuts herself slightly on the hand. She puts the blood on a tree, and her infected father, drawn towards that blood, starts licking the tree. Meaning, Thumi guides her father this way and keeps him under control. Wherever Thumi goes, her infected father follows in that direction. Meanwhile, Andy moves ahead with his daughter. While walking, a street light comes on, which makes him realize that someone is nearby. It turns out to be an old school. Andy goes inside and finds a woman there who applies medicine to his wounds and says that he can stay in the school for the night. At night, Andy looks outside and sees that some tribal people have gathered around a fire. Among them, a woman is calling out, "Thumi, Thumi." She is the same woman, Thumi's mother, who is searching for her daughter. Meanwhile, Thumi is shown to have buried her infected father in the ground and hidden him so that no one can see him, because the tribal people immediately kill every infected person. Thumi loves her father deeply and wants to save him just as he is. The next morning, Andy prepares to leave. He cannot stay any longer because he himself is infected and his condition will worsen soon. He also cannot leave his daughter with this woman because the woman's health is very poor. As he is leaving, the woman shows Andy a photo of Thumi and her father. She says that Thumi loves her father very much. If Andy truly wants to give his daughter another chance, he should find Thumi and hand his daughter over to her. Andy leaves the school. Up ahead, he spots a vehicle, but just as he is about to open the door, suddenly the sound of gunshots rings out. He sees a man lying on the ground ahead. In fact, those bullets were not aimed at Andy, but at a zombie that was coming from behind him. That man tells Andy that the sound of gunshots will bring many more infected here very quickly. "Get me out of here right away." He is trapped under a large cylinder. Andy uses the vehicle to pull the cylinder away and sets him free. Andy and the man leave from there. That man, whose name is Vic, brings them to his home where his wife also lives. This house is completely safe. Zombies cannot reach here. Vic takes Andy along to a place. There, Andy sees that many infected people are gathered around a cage. Vic says that we need to kill them, and both of them together hunt down all those infected. But when they reach the cage, Andy is left stunned. happened. Thumi is locked inside. Andy asks, "What is this?" Vic says that you cannot catch fish without bait, meaning he deliberately traps infected people, kills them, and collects the valuables on them so that when the world becomes normal again, he can become rich. Andy feels that all of this is very wrong, but Vic tells him, "Do not think about yourself. Think about your daughter." Vic has also imprisoned an old tribal man in the cage. Both of them return home. At night, Andy puts his daughter to sleep in the cradle and goes outside. He is thinking about taking his own life because he is infected. Just then, Vic's wife comes to stop him. She says that Andy's daughter is not safe here. She reveals that Vic is not her real husband. Vic had killed her real husband. She tells Andy that if he wants to save his daughter, he should take her away from here. Andy says that he has 20 hours left. He says that on the way, he had seen a family by the riverside. He could leave her with them. But just then, Vic arrives and locks Andy inside the same cage in which he had kept Thumi. At first, Thumi is afraid of Andy, but Andy tells her that she does not need to be afraid. He will not harm her. Now both of them have to get out of here somehow. Andy ties a piece of meat to a chain and wraps the other end of the chain around the cage door. Then he throws the piece of meat far away. All the infected rush towards it. The chain pulls and the cage door opens. Andy and Thumi run and reach Vic's house. Andy comes out with his daughter and Vic's wife, Lorraine. Just then, Vic wakes up. He is just about to shoot Andy when Lorraine comes in between. The bullet hits her and she dies. Andy flees from there with his daughter and Thumi. Vic chases them, but all three hide at a spot, and Vic returns disappointed. The next morning, Thumi reaches the tree where she had hidden her father. She sees that her father has gotten entangled in the wood and has died. Seeing her father's death, Thumi is completely broken. Andy tries to explain to her that her father was already dead. He was only moving because of the infection. But Thumi does not listen to anything he says. Andy wants Thumi to come with him to the riverside, where he had seen that family, but Thumi refuses. Andy sets off alone with his daughter. When Andy checks the time, he finds that he has only 9 hours left. He has to reach the riverbank within 9 hours. But suddenly he has a fit. He loses consciousness. When he comes to his senses, his daughter is missing. In fact, Thumi had picked her up. Now Thumi herself wants to keep Andy's daughter safe, so she sets out on the journey with both of them. Thumi knows all the routes in the jungle, so she gets Andy to the riverbank very quickly. Andy reaches the place where he had previously seen the family, but now their leader is about to become infected from a zombie bite. He shows Andy a gun. He says, "There are 6 bullets in it, 4 for my family. If you want, you can use the remaining 2 to finish yourself and your child." Andy stops him from doing this. He says, "I cannot leave my family in a place where no one is safe." Andy moves ahead with his daughter. Just then, from behind comes the sound of 3 gunshots. That man kills his family and then himself. Andy picks up that gun. There are 2 bullets left in it. He does not know what to do next. Meanwhile, Thumi is inside the tent of that family, where the entire family had killed themselves. When Thumi looks through Andy's bag, she finds that same photo inside. The same photo that the sick woman had given Andy for the very first time. In this photo are Thumi, her father, and her family. Seeing the photo, Thumi's trust in Andy becomes even stronger than before. She comes to Andy and says, "I want to go back to my people. Will you come with me?" Andy says yes. Thumi points towards smoke rising in the distance and tells him, "My people are right there." All three, Andy, his daughter, and Thumi, start moving forward through a railway track tunnel. As they walk, they spot Vic ahead. Vic has not seen them, so Andy quickly hides Thumi and his daughter inside a car standing nearby. And he himself goes and stands in the line of zombies that Vic had tied up. Vic is killing all the zombies one by one. As soon as he comes near Andy, Andy seizes the opportunity, takes out the revolver, and tries to attack him. There is a fierce struggle between the two, but Vic snatches the revolver from Andy and shoots him. After this, he reaches the car where Thumi and Andy's daughter are hiding. Vic drags Thumi out of the car and throws her. She falls on a truck and loses consciousness because blood is continuously flowing from her head. Then he picks up Andy's daughter in his arms and goes and sits to one side. Andy somehow gets up and reaches him and says, "Give my daughter back to me." He shouts in anger, "You took my Lorraine away from me. Now I will take your daughter away from you." Andy replies, "Lorraine was never yours to begin with." Hearing this, Vic stops for a moment. He realizes that Andy is speaking the truth. Deep inside, he was feeling guilty, and finally he hands Andy's daughter back to him. Now Thumi, Andy, and his daughter start moving forward again. But Thumi is not able to walk. Her head wound is deep, and she is losing a lot of blood. Andy, supporting her, says, "If you fall unconscious, we will never reach our destination." He gives her courage, and they slowly keep moving forward. At one point, Andy again loses control and starts running uncontrollably. But hearing his daughter's voice, he manages to steady himself. Now his condition has become very bad, and he cannot walk much further. Andy falls falls to his knees. He says to Thumi in a low voice, "Promise me you will always take care of my daughter." Thumi looks into his eyes and says, "I promise." Andy has understood that his final time has come. He lovingly kisses his daughter on the forehead and asks Thumi for the box in which the binding strap for the hands is kept. Along with this, on the other side, it is shown that where the smoke was rising, Thumi's mother and her tribe are killing and burning a zombie. That was the reason for all that smoke. And just then, cutting through the smoke, Andy comes out. On his back, both his daughter and Thumi are hanging. Andy has now fully turned into a zombie, but he is still walking to save his family. In fact, Andy had given Thumi a piece of wood with meat tied to it. He knew that zombies are drawn towards meat, so wherever Thumi turns the meat, Andy keeps moving in that direction. In this way, all three finally reach the tribe's safe place. Thumi is holding Andy's hand, even though he is now fully turned into a zombie. The tribe members will have to kill Andy. Andy had already stuffed a piece of wood in his mouth, so that even if he wanted to, he could not bite anyone. The tribe members kill him with a spear, but with full honor and respect. Thumi and her mother keep Andy's daughter with them, accepting her as their own family. Andy had written "thank you" on his daughter's stomach using that holy chalk, which was the sacred ash of their very tribe. In the end, it is shown that those people include Andy's daughter in the tribe, and Andy's final rites are also carried out with the same honor and respect as Thumi's father's. And with this emotional story comes to an end.